Hey, everybody. It's been a really long time, hasn't it? you know, Sorry about not doing the weekly updates. I should have been keeping up with that because a lot has happened. And if you're reading the title, you know what happened. But I'm going to do my best to recap what got me there. So let's see, where did I leave off in my last entry? Hold on. Okay, so let's see. The last update I did was in May. So if I recall correctly, in May, um, okay, so my lady friend, who I believe I referred to as Claire, in May, set up the date just to hang out at her place, and so we did. I remember, I remember it being like very boring. We didn't really talk about much. I took her out to get dinner at some restaurant, and then we went to her place. We just hung out, walked around the neighborhood. I don't remember talking about anything really. I asked, how school was going, whatnot, and that was that. And I do remember leaving, going home from that, and thinking, man, I don't think she's into me. I don't think she's into me at all. Should we, jump ship and get back, look for dates with the girls? Yeah, and I remember being very like super bummed out, and by like super bummed out, I was like super depressed, and I started therapy, and I only did a few sessions, like 3, and the therapist, she was very nice, but I don't feel like she was really helping me. She was like, oh, because I told her a little about my life, what I was struggling with. And she gave me the whole, well, I think you're really amazing. You own a home, you have a good job. It's like, oh, yeah, whatever. I don't know. That kind of talk. Like, I don't know. She feels that way. I'm sure she does think I'm. A lot of people say that kind of things to me. He's like, oh, wow, you got a house, you got your own house, considering how things are today. And you got a job doing this, you're making this kind of money, you're killing it, But yeah, I don't know, whatever, dude. That's how I feel about that kind of thing. And she was like, oh, you're lonely, why don't you try this? Try meetup.com. Try meeting people. Yeah, in this fucking pandemic. All right, doc. Anyways. So yeah, maybe I didn't give therapy a real good shot or anything, but maybe I'm just a butthole, right? A cynical idiot. But I felt like everything she was telling me, I could have just read on the internet, right? Typed in how to be happier on Google, and those kind of search results would have been the same things that she told me. But, whatever. But yeah, let's see, in May, I kept trying to set up meetups with her, but she was always busy. Our schedules wouldn't align, and that was really bumming me out. I was getting really butthurt over that. I was getting very lonely, and shit was bad, man. I was down bad, right? And then she was renting a room at a house. That's why that's her like living. She's not from my city, right? She moved here, and she's renting a room at this person's house. But that person, the homeowner, decided she doesn't want roommates anymore, so it's kicked out all the roommates, including her. And this was causing a lot of stress for her because she goes to school here. So she had to go back to her hometown. And we're in the month of June now, right? She had to go back to her hometown. because move in back with the family, at least for the time being, until she could figure out a new living situation. So I was like, hey, we should definitely hang out before you go back home. And she's like, yeah. But then again, for some reason she couldn't make it out. Our schedules weren't. I know in the times that she could, I couldn't make it out. So shit was really shitty, and that was stuff kind of thing was bumming me out. So I gave up. I was like, oh, you know what, I'm done. And I think for nearly a month, I would not hear from her again. So I got back on the dating apps, right? And that's shitty too, because any guy who uses dating apps, you know the game. It fucking sucks, right? You don't get very much attention. You're sending, you're messaging lots of girls. You're using all the apps, right? And really fucks up your self-esteem. This shit sucks. But on the day before she was gonna go back, because she told me when she was gonna go home, and I kept trying to set up dates to like hang out before that. But on the day before she was going home, she texted me like late at night, like, hey, you want to meet up tonight or maybe tomorrow morning before I head back home? And I was like, are you fucking serious? You're texting me now. So I thought about it for a second. Like, part of me, actually a big part of me was like, fucking ignore her. All right, you moved on. But then, the other part, the very, very sad, lonely part was like, yeah, do it. Fucking do it. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let's fucking talk about this. So I text her, hey, are you actually interested in me? Because, I haven't heard from you in nearly a month. And you're texting me, on the day, like right before you head home. You're going to be gone for a long time, Who knows when you're coming back? Like, I don't know if it's worth it for me to, stay in contact with you. And, keep in mind, up until I've known her for like 4 months now, and we haven't even so much as kissed yet. Wait, 4 months? Is that correct? Let's see. When was this? This was June. We met in, I think, when was the entries that I think it was late March, early April when we first met, or at least first started talking. I think our first date was in April. So 3 to 4 months, right? I known her for 3-4 months. We only went on like, I don't know if you can call it, we went on one date. I don't know if you count those times where we hung out at my house or hung out at her place. We only did that for like 3-4 times. I was like, hey, are you really interested? I need to know. And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I really do want to see you. That's why I reached out to you. It's just, a lot of stuff on my plate, and to be fair, I won't get into it, but she was dealing with a lot of, fucking bad luck. Dealing with a lot of stuff, life stuff, right? Not like me, all I have is my job, right? I'm living pretty good, I literally the only thing I have to worry about is my mortgage, and that's taken care of. She ain't that far in life like I am. So I was like, all right, then let's get together tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning comes, and I'm just, I'm thinking, whatever. I'm not stressed on how this is gonna play out. Let's just see how this goes, So I think it's around, let's see, I'm trying to remember, but she comes over around 10 a.m. and what did we talk about, man? We just talked about we talked about like what her plan was, and you know, the stuff she was going through, and when she might, when she thinks she will be back in town, or her housing situation. And then eventually, you know, she was talking about, you know, all the stuff she was dealing with. She started crying. And I was just like, oh man. Like, you know, I get it. You know, if I was in her shoes, I'd be crying like a bitch too. She's going through some shitty stuff. So I pulled her in and I held her. And I told her, you know, hey, you know, considering, I think you're doing pretty good, you know. So it's, you know, just be cool. Just be cool. Yeah. And I was like, hey, you know what? I know what would make you feel better. So I went over and I got my guitar. And I just started playing some stuff for her. And we talked for a little bit. And it's kind of hard to remember what happened next. Oh, whatever. We probably just talked about some bullshit. Anyways, though, at one point I was playing my guitar, and she was like hugging me from behind, and then she started like kissing the back of my neck, and then she started like licking the back of my neck, and I was like, "Ooh, okay." So I set the guitar down, and I turned to her, and we were just like kind of staring at each other, you know, face to face. And she was, you know, I saw her like lick her lips, and I was like, all right, that's a fucking sign if I ever saw one, right? So I just slowly, you know, leaned in, and we kissed, and then we made out, and it was fucking awesome, man. Like, it's not my first kiss, because, you know, if my first kiss was with the escort, but this, I actually felt something here, and it felt great. Felt great, dude. So good. It's so good. It was, yeah. So we made out for like a long time. Maybe not a long time. Maybe like 5 minutes. I don't know. It felt like a long time. And we just kind of laid on the couch, cuddled for a while, and, you know, got up after that, and sort of about, I don't remember. We talked about some more stuff, probably something insignificant. That's why I can't remember it. And then we made out again. Yeah, it was good. It was pretty good, but this time standing, you know. So that was awesome. And then finally she had to go. Said goodbyes. I was like, damn, I'm not gonna see her for a while. But yeah, I walked her to her car, and then we made out again. No, we didn't make out. We kissed for a little bit outside, and then she drove off. And yeah, that was pretty fucking great, man. That was great. So she went to her hometown, and would talk on the phone and would text each other and stuff. And this is when life just started turning itself around. I don't know if this is just like coincidence, luck. I don't think me kissing her made everything better. But suddenly it's like, oh, dude, man. I got promoted. So I'm a supervisor at my job now. And man, I'm making some great money. So that happened. And then some of my old friends, they moved back, you know, back in town. I actually talked about them in a very old entry. That these were some friends from like community college. He came back to town. We hung out. Dude, that was so fun. We went to like an arcade. That was a blast. And I think I mentioned in my last video that I play video games every week with my cousin. Play online games. And then my other cousin and friend of his kind of joined the little online gaming, the weekly online gaming party. And we've been playing like Baldur's Gate 3. That shit's pretty fun. And man, I am I'm so happy now. But anyways, yeah, stuff is good. Anyways, a month passes, right? And she's coming home. But I think like the day before we were talking on the phone. She found an apartment. Cool. Got her own place now. Cool. Good for her. She was talking about having to rent a truck so I can get her stuff out of a storage unit and move it to the apartment. I was like, hey, I can help you with that. My dad has a truck. And she's like, oh, awesome. That sounds great. And, I'd be so grateful for that. And it's like, yeah, no problem. No problem. So that day comes, right? And I get my dad's truck and I head out. And for the first time, we meet at the storage place, right? For the first time in a month, I finally see her again. And man, she looks fantastic. So I come up to her and, give her a big, long hug. Feels good, man. Feels good to hug. That shit is top. And then we get in this storage unit and we're taking the stuff out. And it's hard work. And we're like a little tired. So we sit down for a little break. And then we had like a little make-out session in the storage unit. That was pretty fucking awesome. And then, back to work, right? Man, she made it sound like she didn't have that much stuff. She had a shit ton of stuff. What the fuck? Moving an apartment, all this. Anyways. So we got stuff in her car. And then we load up the truck. And there's still stuff left over. So I follow her to her apartment. We unload the stuff. I got to see her apartment. Pretty cool place. Not as cool as my house, of course. But, place was nice. Good for her. We went to go get the rest of the stuff. So we both get in the truck. We're driving to the place. And man, it's cool. Cool driving with a girl in your passenger seat. And she's like feeling up my arms. Nice. Anyways, we get to the storage unit. We load up the rest of the junk. And we take that shit back to her place. And we throw it all in the apartment. And she's like, I'll unpack everything later. It's alright, we're done. And I was like, oh, no shit. I'm not going to help you unpack this stuff. I'll be real, Like, I like you. I want to help you out, But you can do the unpacking. I just want to get the stuff in here for you. But then, she makes dinner. I guess lunch. This is it was like around 3 p.m. I think now. Man, she can cook. Oh, that was delicious. She made like Alfredo. So we just like lay down on the floor with some pillows, cause the only furniture she has is like this tiny little sofa, and the legs are not connected. We couldn't find the legs, so we just laid on the floor with some blankets and pillows, and we cuddled a bit. We talked, and a little bit of kissing, making out, and I was kind of feeling it. You know what I mean? So I sort of like ran my hand and felt her butt. This is the first time I ever groped her, right? And she kind of like backed up from that, and she was like, I better move some stuff around. I was like, oh shoot, maybe she didn't like that. All right, whatever, that's cool. Cause I wasn't expecting anything today or that day, so I was like, cool. And she went like upstairs, so she started like vacuuming, and we're just chatting as she's doing that. And I was like, or I was thinking, yeah, maybe she didn't like me touching her. That's why she decided to randomly vacuum or something. But then she like backs up into me as she's vacuuming, and kind of like, no, not even kind of, just straight up like shakes her butt on my crotch. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck was that? Where'd that come from? Goddamn. So like as she's doing these chores, right, like washing the dishes or vacuuming or moving some shit around, she would like sneak a touch in, right? This time she touched my butt, or we would like hug, and then she'd run her hands up my chest. The touching was kind of going beyond just the normal hug and cuddling that we've been doing. They were definitely getting a lot more, sexual. Yeah. This tension was definitely building. But me being, the inexperienced guy that I am, it's like, how do I get beyond this? I don't think I can. I don't know what to do now. So things kind of like simmered down, and we were just like, again, sitting on the floor, talking about stuff, cuddle it up, laying there. And she was just like, I guess I'll start unpacking, but you can hang out, you can just do your thing, hang out here. I was like, yeah, I'll hang out for some time. I was thinking, maybe I'll just like watch YouTube on my phone or something. This is what couples do, right? One person doing something, the other person doing another thing. They just happen to be in the same place or in the same house, whatever. But then she was like, or maybe I can put on some anime. Watch anime? I was like, yeah, sounds cool. So she gets her laptop, and we're just laying on the floor, watching. I don't remember what the anime was, but it was a pretty cool show. I was kind of into it. But like 15 minutes into in the first episode, we're like laying down, right? I'm laying on my back, head supported by some pillows, and she was laying her head resting on my chest, and she's like holding my hands, right? And she started like sucking on my fingers, and I was like, whoa, okay, cool. I feel like I should do something, right? But then that's when she like turns to me, and we just start making out. And we're making out for quite a while, and it's like, it was pretty intense. Like, the other makeout sessions were pretty intense. Or not really, actually. I mean, compared to this, there was a lot. Gosh, I don't want to sound... Is this getting too gross? There was a lot more tongue, going on here. And I was like, dude, this is it. I'm going to do it, right? So I was like, all right, let's see. I mean, where do we go from here? Right? Okay, I'll feel her butt. I've done it a few times already. But this time, yeah, we'll do it. So I run her hand, and I'm feeling her butt, and I can't really see her face because, our faces are mashed together. We're kissing and shit. I'm really feeling her up. I was like, okay, yeah, she seems okay with that. Run my hands up, her torso, and I feel a boobie. Well, not for the first time, I guess. Dude, it felt like the first time though. You because I felt the escort's boobie, but this was like, like this felt way better because because it felt like I earned it. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, nice. All right, we're gonna go further now. So this time I put my hand down her pants and I grab her butt. And, we're still making out. She seems okay with it. I'm like, dude, what is it? Is this second base? How does the baseball thing work? I don't know. Who cares? I was like, oh, okay. Where do we go from here now? So, this is all very intense. So I was like, okay, I'll do that thing that the escort taught me, where you like, the rub the coochie. That's something that the escort showed me. And but I didn't do it like, in her pants. I did it outside her pants. And, I'm rubbing the coochie, right? Rubbing the the clitoral area. Because I guess that feels good for them. I don't know. And she doesn't seem opposed from it. In fact, it seemed like it felt really good for her. Because she was like, oh man, the way she was like shaking her hips. Sorry if this is getting gross. And then like this whole time we're laying side by side, right? And I'm like, okay, dude, next level. We gotta go next level. So I kind of, roll on top of her. Now I'm on top of her, and we start, I pull away from her face for a little bit, and I'm looking at her, and dude, she has like the most intense look on her face. I'm like, dude, and I'm thinking, oh my god, this is it, right? So, oh, it was so hot, very sexy, sexiest day of my life, So we kissed some more, and shove my, I motorboat them. She has really nice titties. I motorboat them things, and take the shirt off. Oh man, yeah, nice. Take the shirt off, very sexy, and I'm taking my time with this. I was like, I didn't want to like rush into this. This is pretty cool, I wanna. None of this felt like weird or unnatural. That was always my fear from, being 16 all the way up until this day, where it's like, dude, I'm gonna look like a fucking moron when I finally get to this point, and I'm gonna feel like an idiot. It's gonna be embarrassing, but it really wasn't. Everything felt just natural. Of course, I guess it helps that I had that escort experience. But yeah, and then taking the bra off, kind of struggled with that. But then I forgot, when I was like a kid, I remember playing with my mom's bras, just seeing how they like worked, I guess. And I figured out how to like hook them and unlatch them. So I was like, oh shit, I can do this. So I took the bra off. I was like, yeah, dude, I must look like I know what I'm fucking doing. And that's when I saw, her bare titties, man. Nice. Oh, dude, they were nice. Good shit, dude. Like the escort had some nice boobs, but man, she's smoking hot. And you know, and then it's like, all right, well, I better, take my shirt off now. And I'm Jim Cell, right? God, I haven't said that in a long ass time. Yeah, I haven't been on those incel communities in ages. But yeah, I'm pretty buff, right? I'm pretty fit. I got the pecs. I have the abs. And yeah. So I kind of like, lean up and I take my shirt off. I try to do it all sexy, and she lets out, when she saw my chest, dude, she lets out this moan, Dude, you gotta work out. That shit pays off eventually. Really does. So, I'm fucking turned on. She's fucking turned on, We're making out some more. She's fucking feeling me up, and I'm doing the same to her. And I was like, all right, let's get to that that pussy next, right? So take her pants off, and I see her panties, and I was like, and tease her a bit there, right? Kind of kiss around the panties. And I was like, all right, let's take these things off. So take those off, and awesome, dude. Just great. And yeah, it's getting pretty gross, huh, guys? But I don't know. I guess you guys don't need to hear any further. We did it. We did the sex, right? And it was great. It was awesome. And for the first time in my life, I felt the closest I've ever been to someone, if that makes sense, right? Like, not close in proximity, but like, well, that too, but I guess figuratively, like, yeah. Oh, dude, it's awesome. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The problem that I had with the escort was that I couldn't nut, right? And I had that same problem here. I couldn't do it. And last time I blamed porn and jerking off constantly. At some point I was fapping like maybe 3 times a day, out of control. And I thought that was the reason why I couldn't, nut with the escort. Cause all right, here we go, getting kind of gross again. With the escort, like, it felt good, but it kind of, honestly, I didn't really feel too much when it came to penetration. And I thought, that's just how pussy is. I'm so desensitized that I can't really enjoy pussy because I've been beating myself off too hard. But with my my partner here, dude, her pussy blows the escorts out of the water. Like, she is, like, with the escort, we use lube and stuff. Not necessary here. She was so wet, so tight. It just felt, so soft. Like, it was like heaven on earth, man. Sorry, but oh man, disgusting. Oh, but dude, so good. And the escort, when she blew me, awesome. I was like, oh man, blowjobs are so enjoyable. My partner here, oh, again, blows the blows blows the escort out of the water, man. Oh dude, she's good. Oh man, she's good. I don't know if I want to go into detail. Man, this girl is nasty. But yeah, it felt amazing, dude. Like, dude, I was getting lightheaded, but I couldn't nut. And I was thinking maybe it's the porn, maybe it's, what it really was is just I was too fucking nervous, right? Because I'd get super close and then I'd psych myself out. I was like, oh no, I don't know if I can do it, So, this is like, I remember the escort saying to me, it's like, yeah, it's hard when it's with somebody new, especially someone who's a complete stranger, and my partner is not a complete stranger, but she is still someone new when it comes to this, at least. But, and I really got to hand it off to the escort, because she taught me some moves, man. She taught me some moves. Right? That's something I didn't really mention in the last video. But she did. And, right, I was able to help my partner. I was able to bring her to an orgasm, by eating. The escort taught me how to eat. How to eat, right? You know what I mean? Oh, disgusting. So yeah, and she also taught me how to use the hands too, and made her come again. I gave her 2 orgasms. And it's possible maybe she was faking it, but it seemed genuine. But I couldn't climax. And again, it was very embarrassing. I think that's what hurt. That's what kind of held me back the most, is this embarrassment. I just felt so embarrassed. I need to chill and just enjoy it, right? Like she was. But then, eventually I was like, yeah, it's cool. I'm not really able to do it with somebody new. And she was not having any of that. She was, oh, this woman is amazing. She was determined. She got on top and just started, pounding. And gave me the craziest fucking head. And she really wanted, one point, dude, do I want to, she was begging me to finish, and it's like, oh, dude, I really wanted to. But I couldn't. But yeah. Finally, things kind of like, settled down. And then I remember we were like cuddled up, and I was like, yeah, I should probably head home around 6 o'clock or something like that. And she checked the clock, and it was 6 o'clock, which means we fooled around for like 3 hours. Holy shit! But yeah, we were laying there, cuddled up, and she was talking, asking me, what, what do I like? What am I into? And I was like, I'm pretty vanilla. I'm not into much. I like, normal stuff. And she gave me all these like, oh man, so good. These like sweet little kisses, and we spooned for a little bit. And she kept calling me like handsome, and kept saying what a nice body I had. Man, first time in my life ever hearing these things, dude. I'm fucking 29 years old. Holy shit. Right? There's fucking kids doing this shit when they're 15, right? Damn, 29. Whoa. I started this channel like 3 years ago. Man, and I was a fucking sad piece of shit back then. But now, hey, life ain't too bad. Wow. Feels good, man. Wow, 3 years? It took me 3 years. When I started taking this shit seriously. So yeah, anyways. I was like, hey, I better get going. This was like a Sunday for me, right? Yeah, I had to work the next day, and I was like, yeah, I better get going. So I get up, I go get a quick drink of water, and I come back, to get my clothes. And she stops me for like one last fucking blowjob, dude. Holy shit. Yeah. We get dressed, and I go home. And I get in my dad's truck and I go home. And you know what fucking song I put on, dude? I put on I Just Had Sex by The Lonely Islands featuring Akon. Dude, Akon's a shit. It's one of my favorite artists. And this song hits different. This song hits different. Now. Feels good, man. Fucking feels good, dude. Until the next day. Oh, dude. The next day, I wake up and I get the sweetest text from her, right? She texts me, good morning, next day. Hope your day's well. Just wanted to say, how much fun I had last night. What a sweetheart, gosh. But, day goes on and my dick is hurting. I'm at work, right? My dick. Not my dick. The pubic area above my dick and my balls are hurting. And I'm thinking, oh no, what the fuck is this? I used, protection. So I called the doctor and I scheduled an appointment to get tested. Because, you should do that. You should get tested when you have sex with someone, right? But I'm super paranoid. Oh, no. What the fuck? This shit hurts, dude. I can barely stand, right? What's going on? And, I was about ready to, call my boss. Like, hey, dude, I got to go home. I'm not feeling good. But I tough it out. I get home. And I'm like, dude, I can barely, touch myself down there. Shit hurts. But then I jerk off. It was blue balls. But dude, that was let's see. Was that the first case of blue balls? Maybe. That shit's real, dude, and it fucking hurts. It fucking hurts. When I was at work, during my breaks, I was like, Google after sex testicles hurt really bad. And, I turns out, having a steamy, sex session that goes on for like 3 hours and not nutting is gonna cause your balls to fucking hurt like hell. So, but I jerked off. Actually, I didn't even nut that day. I tried to jerk off, but because I believe that the porn and all the fapping has fucked me up, I didn't want to fap or watch porn. But the pain was so fucking intense, right? I couldn't do it without the porn, so I had to watch porn that day. And then the next day, like, the pain was still there, very bad, but I was able to do it without porn this time. I just really working out the imagination muscles here, and just really, thought about my time with her, because that shit was pretty fucking hot, man. And I was able to nut without porn for like the first time in ever. And then finally, the pain was gone. So I feel good now. Oh, man. So yeah, holy shit, almost an hour. So yeah, that's she's been, let's see, it's been like a couple days since I last saw her, or since that day. And she's been texting me. He's like, hey, when are you available? When can we get together? And I think I'll see her. What is today? Well, technically, today is Friday, because it's midnight, right? So I'll see if she's free Saturday. And this time, dude, I'm going in with the right mindset. She deserves this nut, you know what I mean? She worked so fucking hard for it last time, and she didn't get it. I'm giving it to her. All right. Fucking gross. Sorry. Man, I like this girl, man. I like her a lot. Not just because she let me have sex with her, but, and not just, I don't know, maybe it's because she's the first person to ever show me this sort of affection. And kindness. But we mesh well in a lot of ways, and yeah, I like her. I, I guess she's not really my girlfriend yet. So I don't know. Have I ascended? Because we're not officially boyfriend or girlfriend. I mean, we didn't have that conversation, but yeah, I see it coming. I think it's, we're gonna get to that point. And I'm thinking, first relationship ever. I'm probably gonna fuck up somewhere down the line, or maybe she's gonna break my heart in some way, and it's gonna be fucking awful. It's gonna be a terrible feeling. I bet that might happen. I shouldn't say I bet that will happen, but if it did, I'm still gonna be glad it happened. I'm glad this all happened. Crazy, man. Holy shit. I haven't really, because I'm just thinking in my head right now all the stuff that I went through in these past, since I started this channel, started putting a real effort into meeting people and dating and wow. Cool. I guess that's it, right? What else can I say? I don't know if I'll ever upload again. I know I always say it's like, hey, I'll do the weekly updates. I really wish I did, because if I was uploading weekly, I could remember what the fuck happened. Give you a better idea of what led to this fucking moment, but yeah. Guys, life ain't too bad.